Can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to begin the meeting? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on our agenda tonight is approval of the minutes from January 6th. Any comments, discussion on those minutes? I think it was quite straightforward.
I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. So we do have three from, yeah, okay, good. Okay, and tonight's new business is 41 Oswego Street. Jeff? Just last name?
Lang, Jeff Lang.
Lang,
yes.
Lang.
So this is my project, so I'm going to recuse myself. I'll go down and help Jeff if he needs.
I brought my assistant, my son, just
Okay.
in civics.
Both Jim and Peg were not on the board at the time when this was first presented a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So let's kind of give them an overview.
Absolutely. So, if you like, I'll just start with the application. Is that-
Sure, absolutely.
So you have that, and so it's obviously for 41 Oswego Street, right here. It's the facade of the building that we're talking about that has a grant that's going to partially fund the work. And the description of the work is replace the storefront, so we'll have new windows and doors. We're going to either repair or replace, there's a roof that, if you can see from the photo, right above the storefront, that'll either be repaired or replaced. Of course, all the damaged brick will be repaired or replaced as well, and we'll match it with the same type of brick, of course. And repointing the mortar as needed. And
If the colored mortar will match the color. There are already samples up on the right side of the building. Everybody wants to look.
Okay.
the Gazette sign at the top, that's gonna obviously be restored, basically sanded and repainted. And that's basically it in a nutshell. I have the colors and sample of the products. Obviously, the brick is just gonna be matched, so that'll be the same. And then we have a taupe color. So on the rendering of the completed building, it's basically two colors, two new colors, black and taupe on the bottom, and then of course the rest is just matching the existing brick and painted bricks colors.
Okay. And you're working on all sides of the building?
Well,
For the drawings?
the budget for this will only be for the facade, but the drawings that Bruce has produced are for the whole building. So eventually, hopefully, we can do
Okay.
the rest of it. We will be working on one part of the drive-through side. I wrote that in on the, let's see, I wrote it in on the permit. There's on one of the drawings, there's a part that's just slightly bulging out at the top of the building. It's, I think, 6 feet by 8 feet. Do you want me to show you where that is on the drawings?
Yeah,
If I could, do you mind if I come up here?
absolutely not.
Okay, let's see. All right, just get my bearings here.
So this is, I see diagrams where this is like a board.
Yes.
You're going to,
That's to
In the
restore it to the original
Okay, so you're gonna get rid of the-
historical
getting rid of the brick that's
construction.
falling out.
Yeah, this
Yes.
one, yeah, it's going away.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I
Not a
think
problem.
in the package, there's a picture of what it used to look like.
Yes.
In its heyday.
Yeah.
That's in your package.
Yeah,
And,
I just wanted
oh, I can't see it
clarification.
in this picture, but I think,
Yeah.
Bruce informed me that that is the,
Yeah.
Just wanted
Yep,
clarification
yep.
on that.
Yep,
And then
absolutely.
you said that it's bulging, I'm assuming, the brickwork?
yes,
On the
yes.
side, Seneca,
On the drive-through side, yes. And let's see, okay, it's the last, or this is right here.
okay, yeah. So you've been working on that.
So that's, yep, so if you see, you'll see a lift,
Yeah.
and I've already got permission from the president of Seneca Savings to, yeah, so this is, except for everything will be on the front of the building except for this, in this project.
Okay.
And then hopefully the rest of this work we can get done in a subsequent year, but obviously we have limited funds.
St. Germain and Auberly took a look at the bulged area, their structural engineer, and basically what's causing it is a cross bearing wall meets it inside the building. And so that bearing wall has pushed out part of that brick. And we're going to tie it all back together with helical anchors.
Okay.
There's also some bulging on the front, which as the facade kind of bulges out right above the storefront, which is one of the reasons why there's been some question about whether we're replacing the canopy or not. Again, Rich Auberly designed re-anchoring of that area. It's stable, it's being reattached. You know, Joe's even getting started with that work.
So that, a permit was already pulled for that, it's not aesthetic, that's why it's not part of
Those are from
this
inside.
meeting. Yeah, and it's all work from inside.
So that bulge is going to get corrected also. I mean, it won't pull it back into place, but it'll stabilize it where it is. And that's why you're seeing two different canopy designs. We didn't know, still don't 100% know whether we need to remove the existing canopy or not. The goal is to preserve it if possible because it allows us to spend more money on other things. But if we have to remove it, the details are there for its replacement.
Getting back to the brick, on the Seneca Savings side, is it a safety issue, the areas that you're not doing?
It isn't a safety issue at all. Even the bulge isn't really a safety
Okay.
issue at this point, but we want to stabilize it where it is before it becomes one. It projects about a quarter of an inch. It's
Okay.
not
So there's
very
no
far.
possibility of these other cracks falling into or onto somebody's car?
With old brick bearing wall buildings, it's never possible to say there is no possibility.
Exactly.
But it is highly unlikely. It is well anchored, and this will secure the one area that we're concerned about.
Okay.
So the determination on that awning roof will be made when you get into analyzing what
Yes.
you've got there and get a better look at it, take it
Yeah.
apart a little bit?
Yeah, when we first started, we thought we'd have to replace it for sure. We did some destructive testing, got a better sense of how the building is put together, and also got a better sense of the fact that the two piers that sit either side of the front door, which we had assumed were structural, are not.
Oh,
And
really?
they need to be. So we need to add structural bearing at those 2 points. Assuming we can do all of that work without removing the canopy, we'll keep it because it allows us to do more masonry work.
And that relates to the job drawings?
Yes, the job drawings are the key, the original drawings, which were the first approval, August 2 years ago, were the assumption we were removing. Once we got contractors on board, we started to pull things apart and adjusted our direction to try to get as much out of the grant fund as we could.
So that existing support there, steel beam, or it's failing to some degree?
It's a double steel beam.
Yeah.
And it has sagged a
Okay.
bit. It is not in any way dangerous,
Yeah.
but we want to get a support under it. We suspect there was a support under it at one time. But it's not there now.
Wow. So if the existing roof remains, will it be painted or?
Oh, yeah, it'll be totally restored, it'll
Yeah.
just be,
Okay.
because the two drawings you have, the basic difference is, and Bruce can explain it better to me, is the pitch changes.
Yeah,
So,
If you
we're the
replace
same.
it.
If
Yeah.
we replace it, it'll be
The pitch would-
steeper pitch, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
It'll be shorter and steeper pitch.
Yeah, but otherwise it'll look exactly the same. We'll paint it.
Most people won't even know it's different.
It's metal with wood battens now, it's all in good shape, as long as we have enough room to do the other work up inside it.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I'm asking if you could approve both, obviously, and then we'll make the determination once we get underway with the work.
And that's not necessarily defined in the application, right? So we should,
It is.
the-
The second, under the description, the second sentence says replace or repair mansard roof.
Here it is.
So replace is the first original drawing.
Replace or
and
repair.
Repair
Okay,
is the,
yeah.
what you call the job drawing?
Yeah, they're job drawings. The JPs.
All right, so we don't necessarily have to include that in the motion then, as long as it's in the application.
I think the only other thing that changed from the application you saw 2 years ago is the window configuration, that the spacing has changed a little bit. And that was to take account of that structural question.
Understood.
And otherwise, it's the same systems that you saw that.
Well, it looks like it'll be a very nice improvement to the building.
Yeah, we're very anxious to get started. It's been a while. Been waiting to get started for a couple of years, as you know.
So, if approved, it's immediate?
I've got the mason ready to get going, my contractor's ready. As Bruce knows, we've already met a couple times. Actually, I had a conference call with them and the engineer last week. Bruce was a part of that because, well, we didn't need you.
Yeah, you didn't need
So
me.
they're all ready, yes, yes.
Any other questions? I'll make a motion to approve the application.
I'll second it.
With the understanding that the application is just for the front facade and this one repair
Yeah.
on the north elevation.
South elevation.
So,
I think the drawing may be mislabeled.
Kelly.
Okay,
It's the south elevation.
South
or
elevation.
Seneca Savings Bank size. It's
Okay.
that's probably the safest way, since my dyslexic drafter had a compass confused.
all right, we need a second.
I will second.
And all in favor of
Aye.
approving the application? Aye. Okay, you're all set.
All right, terrific, thank you.
I apologize for the delay, Jeff, but with 2 board members recusing themselves, and we had to have 3.
Well, I appreciate you scheduling a special meeting for me. So
Sure.
I appreciate that very much, thank you. And we're all ready to go. In fact, the county just reached out and said they're anxious to start cutting checks.
Okay, well,
That's great.
So they're
That's
ready.
real good
Everybody's
news.
ready.
Yeah.
Great.
No, it'll be a great improvement.
Yes, it sure will. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Thanks again.
Welcome.
I'll receive a letter or email that's an approval, right?
How does that work, Michelle? That come from Tim's office?
That they're good to go.
Okay, so it'll be in the minutes and that's good enough?
Yes.
You're
Yep.
gonna sign the you're gonna sign the
Yep.
application, right? Yep.
Absolutely.
So, gonna sign it.
Didn't have anything else for the meeting?
I think we're all set.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
At 7:12.